All right, so she's leaving, Katarina. Well, Yuko's gone. Rin's leaving. Fuyo's leaving. Juna Unagi's leaving. So all of Idol EN first gen's gone. And who's Meika? Oh, it's an idol, a Spanish idol. Really? 137k subscribers. Holy shit. Was she an adopt? A year ago. Okay, she had her channel before she joined in. Yeah. So the people with really strong IPs are leaving. That makes sense. And then the people with that don't pull as many viewers or that don't have as many subs are sticking around. Makes sense.
Hi, my name is Rin Penrose from Idolien's first generation isekai, and I have an important announcement. As of November 2024, I will be graduating from Idol Corp, and I will be instead operating as an independent VTuber. Sorry, I've always wanted a reason to do that. I love being overly dramatic. It's all I know how to do anymore. Anyway, I'm quitting my job, and here's why. Hi, I'm black text on a white background, and you're watching the Disney Channel. But for how long? Yes, in a few months, me and some other idol talents are going to be leaving the company and becoming fully independent VTubers. You might have already seen the announcement from Brave Group, but even if you have, I'm gonna—
She's a showman. That is showmanship.
I'll read it to you because I feel like it. Dear fans, we want to start by thanking everyone for the warm welcome following our recent announcement about Idol's acquisition by Brave Group US. Your support and trust mean everything to us, and we promise to do our best to meet your expectations. We also want to express our gratitude for the Idol management team's willingness to work with us. Their cooperation is essential for a seamless transition and the success of our shared vision. As noted in the previous announcement, when integrating Idol into Brave Group US, we prioritize giving every talent the freedom to choose their future with us. It was important to us that no one felt forced into a decision amid such significant changes. We understand that transitions can be daunting.
Oh, wait a sec. So they're selling the IPs. They're selling the IP. And they're asking for a portion of the revenue for the model sharing for a whole year. They made it sound like it was that they were just giving them away the IP, you know, for free. I mean, it's still a good deal. Probably. A deal that most people would like to take. But it wasn't completely, you know, it wasn't a philanthropist thing.
Working within a larger corporate structure isn't for everyone. Therefore, we are thrilled that Nikki Ray, Connie Confetti, Kaisai Kota, Momo Atako, Poco Rakun, Roka Rorin, Akugaki Koa, Lullabelle Lullaby, Ruby Runehart, Taiga Toragami, Chikafuji Lisa, Enya Ignis, and Shabelle Tonya have chosen to stay and work with us on growing Idol together. We are sad to see them go, but we deeply respect the decision of Katarina Cutie, Fuyo Cloverfield, Juna Unagi, Rin Penrose, oh yeah, that's my one, and Maker05 to pursue their paths independently.
Thank you, Splatoon, for
we are
bits.
committed to celebrating their journeys at Idol with a dedicated farewell stream in November. Under the terms of the signed agreements, instead of requiring any upfront payment for the IP, we will engage in a revenue-sharing model for 1 year. This arrangement ensures they can continue to grow their careers on their own terms, regardless of the personal financial situations at the timing of departure. We are also excited to announce that we will immediately start working on 3D model debuts for the talents who choose to stay. Oh, that's nice. Regarding the debut of Idol EN 3, we are committed to ensuring the highest quality debuts. To achieve this, we have decided to delay the debuts until October. Additionally, we will debut 4 talents following the departure of one of the upcoming talents. We are also aware of the concerns regarding the delivery of previously—
Wait, what? We will debut 4 talents following the departure of one of the upcoming talents? Are they talking about that Spanish VTuber that's leaving, or is it one of the debuts that are streaming that are leaving? What's the percentage sharing? Could be anything. Could be 50%. Could be 20.
Undelivered merchandise. We are taking steps to address these issues. We will attach a detailed shipping schedule for all pending orders in the replies. Should any delays occur or issues arise in producing the merchandise by the scheduled dates, we will provide refunds. Thank you for your patience and continued support. Warm regards, Idol. Now, if you know anything about how most VTuber agencies work, then that bit about IP is massive. Basically, Brave Group gave us a choice when they acquired Idol, which was either A, stay in Idol and work under Brave Group, Or 2, leave the company, but keep all of our pre-existing branding, including our models, names, assets, channels, etc., and just become indies. As you can tell by the YouTube apology side at the beginning, I chose option 2. Usually though, when something like this happens, talents taking ownership of their IPs isn't even an option. The choice is either stay with the company or leave, but we keep your character. This is honestly done for valid reasons. For example, so the company can better legally defend the IP if needs be, and just to make the day-to-day running of the agency less of a pain in the ass. But the point I'm trying to make is, Brave absolutely did not need to give us this option, but they did it anyway, and I think that is worth some serious respect. In the future, I do hope to see more agencies kind of do this sort of thing. I also just want to point out how cool it is that while some of us are probably going to say stuff like, we're buying our IPs, just because that's an easier way to describe it, honestly, Brave didn't actually make us pay a single cent up front for any of this. Instead of them saying something like, the Rin Penrose intellectual property is worth $32.79. Pay up. What they're actually asking is that we just split some of our earnings with them anytime we do anything that generates any money using the IP, starting from when we graduate in November and ending a year after that. I think the press release makes a really good point about why this might be—
But is there a cap on it? I would rather just pay it up front. Not gonna lie. I just always pay up front on these things. It's a lot of the time you can probably make up the revenue for a model and ownership in like a month or 2 months. So gave it like having to revenue share for a whole year, man, it must— I mean, she probably did her calculations and figured out that it would cost her less to do it that way. Again, we don't know what the percentage are, but I would always just pay up front. And the other question is, how much did they value the models to? Because, you know, the IPs, when they were bought, when Idol bought those IPs or bought those models with the ownership rights, they cost a certain amount of money. But now it's like, oh, I'm selling you back the Rin Penrose with 500k subscribers channel. Well, that probably went up in price. So is there a cap on the percent? Like, I'd love it for it to be, I'll pay you back them. Let's say the model's worth, I don't know, $20,000. The IP is worth $20,000. I'll revenue share with you until that $20,000 is complete. And then we each go our own way. That's what I would do.
Preferable to an upfront payment when it says, this arrangement ensures they can continue to grow their careers on their own terms, regardless of the personal financial situations at the timing of departure. If they just put a flat price tag on the IPs, then what would have happened if one of us couldn't afford what they were asking? Like, let's be real. If we take into account the value of the models, the associated assets, and the perceived value of the channels, you're automatically just asking for at least a 5-figure sum there. I personally think it's preferable that we have the revenue split, rather than one of us having to go into debt so we can keep our models. That being said, I am definitely going to just describe this as me buying my IP, because that is far less of a mouthful than me describing this to other people as I'm—
Well, okay, well, the girl in ES that came in with her model, I hope they're not making her buy back her IP. That's insane. I'd negotiate so, like, you only get the value of the amount of subs that I earn between that period and that period. Like, the 2 months I was with Idol, that's what you're getting. That's fair. A 5-figure sum for an IP? Whew. I'm glad I'm indie. Well, yeah, from a business perspective, sure, but you know, Sony, they just let them off without purchasing them. They just gave them the IP. It's kind of unfair because well, okay, I don't want to talk too much shit because they still get to buy their IP, which is not always an option. But let's be real. The VTuber, like, floor for, like, our expectations for VTuber companies are so low. So it's relative to those low expectations. But like when you put it as a business perspective, like she's still the person who was there working to make that IP more bloated. was Rin. So there's also this contribution that I hope was calculated in the value of the IP. Technically, she's already paid part of her due. Yeah, that's the thing. Meika was only an idol for a few months, so how did her her value of the IP work? Because she came in with her IP, she already had probably gotten a lot of subscribers. I'm gonna look at her channel right now. Before that, how much boost did being with idol actually give her? Okay, so when did she debut? Okay, debut idol ES 3 months ago, and that was May 3rd. Okay, well, so fuck, it doesn't go far back enough. Oh, sorry. It's here. Wait, what the hell? Oh, these are views. Okay, this is a subscriber count. So this is February. This is April, May. So she gets a bump of 9k subs and 2k subs. So she got 13k subs from joining Idol. Everything else was done by her. She had 110 subs before joining Idol. And Idol only netted her like 13k subs maybe. So did they keep that in mind in her contract? I guess it depends of her. How does it work? Like the contract they entered in, does Brave Group have to buy the contract as is? Why would I need her PL? She didn't lose any subs. Where are you saying she lost 10k? She never lost subs. She's only gaining less per month. She was one of the biggest, not the biggest talent in Wactor. Jeez. Mika said that she still owns everything. So maybe she doesn't have to buy her IP.
I'm going to be participating in a revenue sharing system with my former employer for the duration of 1 calendar year, starting on the effective date of our signed agreement, which itself becomes active upon my... Cool stuff.
Like, I've been approached by agencies before, and they said they were willing to, you know, buy me a model in exchange of getting a percentage of my revenue. And I was just like, nah. And I wasn't even making money back then, but I knew I was going to make money in the future if I just kept on going. And I was like, there's no point. And then I'm just stuck in a contract with you, giving you my hard-earned money that I'm working for. The only time where it makes sense to share your revenue is if they're actively working on making your channel like earn more and bigger. So if it would be on my videos, if they're not actively working on my videos, then that's not worth it. So, you know, maybe for an idol agency, this is different, but it's not, it ain't worth it. Like, that's why for sponsors, it's worth it. You bring me a certain amount of money, you take a cut at it. That's fair. That's totally fair. But for everything else, I personally couldn't do it.
I think it is important I go into depth about why I'm deciding to leave the company now, of all times, considering all of the everything going on right now. Because I know a lot of people are going to look at this and say, Brave acquiring Idol and Rin leaving Idol were announced at around the same time, therefore, correlation does imply causation, and Rin is leaving Idol because of Brave. Or maybe the even more scandalous, Brave kicked Rin Penrose out because they don't want to deal with her, which, gotta admit, kind of sad that's not the case because that would have been extremely funny. I had actually handed in my graduation notice in June before I was even told about the acquisition. I'd been having problems with Idol for the better half of a year now, and I stayed because I love numbers, and throwing 700,000 subscribers into the trash wasn't something I was willing to do on a whim. You know, I've done good work on this channel. I have music stuff that I'm very proud of. I've done great streams that I've been really happy with. The algorithm eats up my shorts like popcorn. But it got to the point where even that stuff didn't really outweigh the issues that I've been having. For the record, when I say I've been having issues, I gotta clarify. I have not had a single issue with any of the other talents or any of the managers that are gonna be moving to Brave and continuing to work with talents there. Mina is great. Lonnie is a legend. Lala likes Pikmin and therefore is my best friend. I've had numerous calls with a lot of Idol talents where we've discussed what's going on and we've been trying to work out what our next steps are going to be, and it has been really helpful hearing everyone's opinions on this. There's a member of the N3.
That makes a lot of sense now. A lot of sense. Why she hasn't been streaming so much. Why she addressed the payment issues right away without being sanctioned by management, and it just coincides with a lot of the other things we've been hearing from other sources. But honestly, I had no idea. Like, props to her for continuing. And that's the thing, right? Is you work so much on a channel that even if you're in an environment where it's not suitable for you anymore, you've outgrown it, you're kind of stuck with it. Imagine how Aqua feels.
Who I think is literally the coolest person alive, and I feel really smug that I know her and you don't. The problems I've been having were problems with how Idol was handled in the past as a company before Brave stepped in. I'll still be working with Brave until my graduation, and genuinely I'm looking forward to it, even though it's not going to be for very long. Maybe if the acquisition had happened sooner, I'd be on board with staying, but as it stands, all the problems I experienced made me realize something, and that is that I just don't think I'm the best fit for a VTuber agency. Like, I tend to keep to myself a lot, so I'm terrible at reaching out to people.
Yeah.
I tend to hang out more with managers than actual talents because I'm the kind of kid who hung out in the teacher's lounge during break time. My fan engagement skills are basically in the abyss. And yes, I will admit it is a factor. Interacting with the more adult side of the industry isn't great for my mental health. There are things that agency VTubers generally need to be able to deal with in some way, and I can tell you right now, basically everyone else in this company is miles ahead of me in that regard. And it is
like
because
what?
I had that realization when I did, that I decided to ask to graduate, because I don't think I'm cut out for agency life. What I am cut out for is being an indie with a personal manager. That's right, baby! In a few months, I'll be paying someone to fight me in the Tesco's parking lot. I'm really moving up in the world, huh? I know a lot of people were expecting me to stick with Brave because I've spoken really highly of Idol and VTuber agencies in the past, and let me be clear.
Has.
I stick by those points. If you're a social person who can work well with others and you can embrace certain parts of the industry, I find it very difficult to.
What does she mean by certain parts of the industry and how she's not built to handle some things about the industry? What is it? Is it working with supervisor? What is it? You know, a lot of these VTubers that require a lot of resources, they like to have a lot of people helping them. What they don't realize is you don't need a manager, you need an assistant. That's what you need. No, I don't think she's talking about collabs and networking, because she's said that in a previous sentence. She's alluding to something else.
And find yourself a good agency and you will be having a great time.
Maybe
genuinely,
it's restrictions.
if you're looking for somewhere to audition, then I would still recommend Idol when they open
Maybe
up
it's
auditions
office
next.
politics, yeah.
Or even other Brave groups like Vtuber. But if you are like me, you know, someone who now has a large following, someone who isn't great with group projects, someone who wants to focus more on highly edited content someday, who's a loner, a hacker, a freak, sad, pathetic, unloved, then joining an agency still might be a good experience. But it might just not be where you're meant to be forever, and that's okay. All you can really be expected to do is what is best for your—
Rin kind of reminds me of those theater people that we had in high school that were kind of annoying, but as a VTuber, it fucking works, man. It's like exactly what you want in a VTuber.
yourself. And what was best for myself was getting into an agency, meeting a couple people who fundamentally changed my entire outlook on content creation, making a shit ton of connections, finally learning a way to record music in a non-Audacity program, and then leaving while you still have a positive outlook on the entire thing. Today's life lesson, get that bag of friendship. The friends were the bag we met along the— what? Okay, that's enough about why I'm leaving. This is how it's actually going to happen. I'm not graduating immediately. I'm still here until November. As a VTuber, you can't just say to your company, hey, I'm graduating next week. Hope you don't mind. For the next few months, I'm still here. I'm still an idol talent. And being an idol talent, even one who is graduating, I still get access to the benefits of being an idol talent. Not gonna guarantee anything until we've had a bit more time to cook, but I am fully intending on having a very interesting next few months. Speaking of interesting, did you know that for the next 3 and a bit months, I'm Brave Group US's most subscribed to talent? Oh no!
Don't let her cook.
Hear me out for a sec. So far as I can tell, there is no one channel in the entirety of Brave Group, all branches, not just US, that has hit 1 million subscribers yet. There's one channel that's close, that being actual proper idol duo Hime Hina at 937,000 subscribers. But like, come on, I would have to be utterly delusional in order to think I can compete with that. And that's why I'm not competing with them. I'm competing with the concept of time itself. Okay, so here's the scheme. I just think it would be really fucking funny if, within the next 3 odd months, I just make a mad dash to 1 million subscribers, make Brave Group history, get my gold play button, and then just die on the spot. Like, do I have confidence in this plan? No, I do not have trust in my ability to gain an extra 250,000 subscribers in the span of 4 months. But this is not about confidence. This is about number go up. And if playing Cookie Clicker has taught me anything, it's that
I used to think Rima wanted a manager for a husband. Now I'm thinking Rima needs minions. Yeah, I just need a bunch of minions. I'm like, yeah, I'm like that Minion movie. Isn't the guy in a Minion movie like a super villain? Yeah, her character that she plays is so good. It's perfect.
I'm sort of okay at making numbers go up. Yes, this may destroy me. Yes, I might have to make some more YouTube shorts, but it'll all be worth it when I manage to barely stumble over the finish line come November. Gold play button in hand before falling on my face and crumbling into a pile of dust and ash. Listen, all we gotta do is market it as the push to 1 million subscribers and we'll be set. The joke writes itself. And this was the part of the video where I decided that video editing is a scam and I'm not gonna do it anymore because the video goes out in 4 hours and I need to get ready for my family trip. You know, the law of YouTube retention says no one's gonna see this anyway, so it's fine. So, closing thoughts here. Firstly, things that I haven't covered. Let's go over those real quick.
So, she is close to 1,741,000 subs. Sorry, I'm gonna keep playing the video while I look things up.
After I leave the company, during that funky wonky little 1 year period, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't plan to just stop existing immediately or whatever. I don't plan to stop existing full stop, you know. That's called dying. I don't plan to die, personally. Things are probably gonna be a little bit complicated by that point, but it's too far in the future. I don't know. Don't ask me. I wish I had the answers you're looking for. Cause I'm looking for him too. God damn, I'm 14 and this is deep.
Low-key, so, yeah. She's getting a lot of subs, guys.
But
she could reach 1 million subs pretty soon. Like, she gets 1,000 subs every 3 days. Every 2-3 days. That's pretty good. Hey, did my model freeze? What the fuck? Hello? Low battery? I literally have it plugged. What? Hold up. What? How is it low battery? It's plugged. Hold up. The fuck? How is it low battery? It's plugged in the... It's been charging the whole time.
And Penrose will still be on the planet, so you better watch out, you better watch out, you better watch out. Also, another thing that I forgot to put in the video earlier is that there's not gonna be like a collab ban between people who stay and people who go, and that is very important for me because Lala is my bestest friend in the whole world, specifically because she likes Pikmin. I think generally what I want to say at this point is just like shout out to everyone who has had to be dealing with this, because this is it's a big change. It's a stressful situation for everybody involved. You know, once again, on my hands and knees on the floor, crying, sobbing, weeping, wiping a single tear from my eye. Shout out to Lani for keeping me alive. Shout out to Lani for keeping everyone alive. Yeah, and also shout out to Brave Staff, because goddamn, you looked at Idle Corp and you were like, I can fix them, and then you did? What the? I don't know how you managed that.
Was it such a mess?
Genuinely, I do not know how you've managed this. All of the Brave staff I've been talking to have been nothing but pleasant. All of them have been a pleasure to work with, and I'm gonna be in great hands until I leave. I do want to say, even though I'm leaving by choice, I am very thankful for my time with the company, because goddamn, like, in some ways I'm the same guy I was 2 years ago, and in some ways I'm definitely not that person anymore, oh dear, but like in a good way. Like I said it earlier, right, I came in, I made a bunch of connections, I talked to a lot of people who really changed my outlook on not even just VTubing, just like content creation on the internet in general. There's a lot of shit that I did not know how to do before, and now I know how to do it, and that is going to help me a lot going forward, goddamn. And also, you know, the numbers are nice. Thanks for that, Idle Corp. I think if there is one takeaway I want, you know, you as the viewer to get, it is that, like, it's not a sad thing. The only tears I shed are for Lani's sleep schedule. I know I clickbaited the fuck out of this. You've got to understand, that's my personality. I'm not sorry because it will happen again. Oh god. Oh god. At least I admit that I'm awful. You know, don't cry because it happened, smile because it's over. I mean, don't cry because it happened, smile because you cry. I mean, don't cry because it happened, cry because it's no, okay, no, I've got this. This is gonna be 50% like, well, I'm leaving the company amicably, I'm having a good time, everyone is smiling, and then 50% of this is just gonna be me milking this. I quit my job, I'm homeless, I'm broke, I'm destitute as shit. Please smash the like button. Please press the thumbs up. I think any more questions that I haven't really thought of that people are definitely gonna have, I'm gonna be doing a stream after this video goes out, and I'll probably answer them there because that's where people will ask them. Wow, that's how live stream work. Link in comments and description. Watch my other videos to boost my engagement! And I think just my last point here is, you know, support all the idle talents, whether they're staying or going. Honestly. It was nice being in the company with everyone while it lasted, and now that it is finished lasting, I'm like, okay, that was good. Made some friends, it sparkled in my heart. It did in fact spark joy. And whatever, you know, everyone who decided to stay decides to do, I will be looking with the eyes emoji. I will be going-
Yeah, I've seen enough. What are the other people that are leaving again? Mika? Nope. What about Katarina? Oh, we need to talk, but I'm going to be okay. Oh, but it's scheduled for tomorrow. She is in Israel time, so yeah. Fair enough. We'll have to wait for tomorrow for an announcement. Fuyo Cloverfield, let me look if she said anything. I'm leaving Idle, let's talk about it.
I have acquired a lot of knowledge in my little brain, okay? I was in Idle absorbing all of this information. I absorbed a lot of like industry secrets. I made a lot of friends too. So I got that experience, okay? And besides, I think I'm keeping the equipment that I got with Idle. So I believe I've got a good starting point. I have the resources personally. I personally have the resources to go to cons.
I have to go to the bathroom. You guys listen for
I
me.
can
Let me know
do
if she says
3D,
anything
I can host
important.
my own concerts. if I
Chair
feel
stream
like it,
react.
and more, because that's just who I be. If you guys watch me regularly, if you've been following the Fuyo Cloverfield, you know that I'm used to doing things on my own. This is not to downplay corpos. This is just the way I am, and I feel like I've talked about this a bit before. I tend to do things a lot by myself, and I'll be fine, guys. I'll be fine. If I feel like doing something, I know I'll put my mind into it. And if my reason to stay in Corpo would have been to do these particular projects, why would I when I can just do them myself? Let's see. Oh yeah, and also this is because I'm not just a streamer. I also do, art, and I've mentioned before game development, but like we don't talk about that here. We cannot talk about that here.
Hassan react.
I just Lucky Charms. Notice, I love telling stories. Okay, if you guys have watched for example, my Halloween streams, you guys know I like telling stories. And I would do it with or without an audience to listen. You guys would. So if you guys' worry is like my reach and like, oh Fuyo, but without a corpo, are you gonna be okay on your own? Are you gonna be able to survive? I'll be fine.
She's
Listen,
a leprechaun.
Ever since I joined, I've made it clear that like revenue and numbers are not my priority. They've never been. They never will be. What I want to do is cool stuff. And that is my ultimate goal. Yes. So do not worry. I would keep doing things even if nobody was watching. Obviously, I am very, very grateful that you gave me the chance to get a bit more out there and get to know my amazing community, my Lucky Charms. And I will forever be grateful for that.
Okay.
Very, very grateful. So let's see.
So she doesn't care about having a corporate backing. I mean, I think if you're keeping everything the same, your IP, you can still collab with the girls, you still have the same image, the same channel, I don't see why that would cause a dip in viewership, right?
Next bullet point. As most of you guys know, I've been saying this a lot because I'm just convinced that I'm just talking to like the Lucky Charms, but I realize that there's probably some people here who've probably never watched me or don't even, aren't very, very much in on the Fuyo lore. But, a little bit of Fuyo lore for you. I didn't apply, okay? I didn't apply to Idol.
Oh.
I got scouted.
Oh.
And, I want to say something. I do not see myself applying to join another corpo again. Probably.
Drop the T. Tell us
why.
why.
I don't really see myself in corpo settings again. This was my first and only experience. I do not regret it in any way. I wholeheartedly believe that it was worth the time and energy. Okay, I got to meet the girls. I got to meet you guys. I made a lot of connections. And it was a rocky road too, okay? Some of the things that went on.
I just discovered you and I love your videos. Gotta sleep because it's 3 a.m. for me. Have a good stream. Oh my god, thank you so much, Danielle. Have a good sleep.
Really, really hard. I am a very...
So all of Gen 1 got scouted?
And a lot of the things that happened during my stay really hurt.
Oh.
But other things were really happy too.
Okay.
There was a frick ton of things that made me smile. Probably a lot more than the things that made me cry.
Oh. What the hell was happening?
And most of it was honestly just related to you guys. And as of right now, I've made peace with a lot of the things that were weighing on me. I had some things weighing on me for the past bit. However, I've made peace with them. In a good way. Yes. I don't know if this interests to anybody, but I, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't talk about this here. You know what? That's a talk for the future.
No, tell us.
Main point being, I've made peace with some things that were bothering me. Oh, there's also the fact. Another thing.
You know, I showed you guys the Rima video yesterday, and I'm wondering if the same thing that happened to her might have happened to other idols, where she claimed she didn't get paid from June to November, from November to June.
One of the biggest appeals of Corpo for me was having genmates. Okay?
That's everybody's biggest appeal.
And Isekai is freaking dead. We've all seen what the generation ended up like. I was told that it was just very unlucky, which is a bit, ironic.
Oh.
Given that Fuyo is a leprechaun and...
She's saying that, you know, her appeal was to be with those gen mates, and as you guys seen, the gen mate's gone now. Like, there's only 2 left, and they're both leaving.
Yeah. My gen died, let's go! Yeah, Isekai's completely leaving. And, it's a bit sad.
Tracking,
You know,
hello?
It's a chapter.
What the fuck?
I will cherish the good times. And, I think I come out of this with a lot of new friends. I'll be keeping in contact with many of the idol girls, and I'm really happy that I've made such good friends. And they've all been there for me. I have talked to them all. Well, maybe not them all, but like most of them. And I'm just happy that I got to work with such hardworking, skilled, nice, sweet girls through my stay in Idol. Also, yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah, also ×2. I know I'm talking about this like, oh, Fuyo's not signing with Brave. She must hate them. She must hate Brave, right? There's no animosity, okay? There's no anger. I will be able to interact with everybody. I wish nothing but the best to anybody who is staying. This decision for me was very personal, okay? It didn't matter what the other girls' decisions were gonna be. This was always gonna be my decision. I told them of my decision before. And I've always been very honest with all of them. Or, well, my friends. I've been always very honest to them. And I'll be happy to keep in contact. There's...
Yeah, Yuko and Pochi were also part of her gen, and they left, so it was really just her and Rin. There's really no reason for her to stay. If her main drive was to be able to collab with people, and even Donkey Bird said that the main reason why people like Corpos is how easy it is to collab. Like, that's their main perk.
Why I'm choosing to leave.
And the platform it gives you, of course.
To not sign up with Brave. However, I feel like these were the most relevant, the most important. The ones that are more easy to digest to. And also the ones that I am allowed to disclose. So, my thoughts on Brave. They're sweating right now.
I mean, obviously she can't shit talk them if she wants to keep on collabing with them.
They're preparing to sue me, cancel my IP ownership.
But Brave's cool.
If you want to know my thoughts on Brave, I'm honestly just very neutral, okay? They've been kind to me, okay? They haven't been angry, they haven't been, scary. Maybe a little bit scary, but I think that comes from being professional. But they've been nice to me. I even have some funny stories from, meetings. However, I think I shouldn't share those right now. Maybe in the future I will share those stories. Even though Brave and I, even though we would have loved to work together, sadly for me, it would have to be under completely different circumstances. I would only accept under very different circumstances, not by giving my Fuyo IP away.
So it's a contract thing, an IP thing. They probably can't join other indie. Well, they probably can't join an agency. They wouldn't even make enough to survive if there's two people taking a shared revenue off your rev. You know, there's not much left for you after YouTube takes his cut, after Apple takes his cut, after Brave takes their cut, and then fucking the other agency, whichever one you join. So yeah, I'd assume they'd stay indie for a year.
And I wish them the best of luck. Okay, I wish them the best of luck that a leprechaun can give, and I can only hope that they treat my friends very well.
Plus taxes.
They offer them
yeah.
all of the opportunities that they couldn't have at Idle. And
sounds like Brave wanted a bigger cut. We don't know that, but she said it was because of the IP. One of the reasons. So we know that for sure.
Please don't make them cry. You guys seem to have the resources to make all of these cool things happen. So please, please make my friends happy. And please make their dreams come true. So that is it for Brave, I think. I think that's all I have to say on like the Brave situation. So now we're gonna start to get into for your future. What will happen of my channel? So first, before that, I want to say, you know, I know there's people who, you know, probably are gonna be like, oh, Fuyo's living Corp life. I'm never gonna follow her again. So if that's the case, goodbye, farewell, get filtered or something. I had fun together while it lasted, or something. But if you stick around and follow my future endeavors, I will welcome you guys with open arms. Okay, I love you guys very, very much. I'm very proud of everything we've accomplished during our stay in Idle. You guys will always be my Lucky Charms. Always. In my heart, forever Lucky Charms. And even though parts of this situation make me sad, and I know it's gonna be a little bit sad, I promise, and this is a pinky promise, that I will be keeping on doing cool things with you all. Always. I like doing cool things. Cool things make me happy. So what about right now though? Okay, let's talk about the near future before we talk about the far future. Will I keep streaming as usual? Because I will technically not be graduating from Idle until November. Also, let me just explain something. Those who aren't aware.
XD. I think she answered all of her questions.